Television, sharing the spirit of Chicago.
From Chicago's news team, this is Channel 2's First Edition with Walter Jacobson and Linda McLennan.
Police in Chicago this evening are continuing their search for clues and suspects in the rape and robbery at the Riviera Nightclub yesterday. Police know that between 5 and 6 yesterday morning, at least 3 masked men entered the Riviera. They waved guns, took $35,000 in cash, and then raped 2 women. Riviera opened 2 years ago with the hope that it could lure upscale revelers to the rundown uptown neighborhood. It had never had a robbery until yesterday. Police report that the robbers made mistakes that should help authorities find out who they are.
WBBM Television, sharing the spirit of Chicago.
From Chicago's news team, this is Channel 2's First Edition with Walter Jacobson and Linda McLennan.
Chicago police have moved rather quickly and arrested 2 men charged with the weekend robbery of an uptown nightclub called the Riviera. Gunmen wearing ninja costumes and military fatigues raped 2 women and terrorized 18 other people early on Sunday. Police today recovered more than $13,000 in cash and items of jewelry taken in the robbery. Detectives found the loot in a near West Side house. Police staking out the house got a tip from a neighbor that something was going on.
This person reported to them that prior to the arrival of my detectives, an individual was up on the roof of that building and was throwing something into the chimney of the building. They went up there, as evident by the debris on their clothing. They looked through this chimney and they found the money.
One of the men in custody is 24-year-old Orlando Martinez, a janitor at the Riviera Club. Police report that he was the inside man in the job. Detectives also have charged 31-year-old Wilfredo Hernandez, and they're looking for a 3rd man. Our reporter, John Davis, is at the club right now with more on that story, John.
Walter, we're outside the Riviera Nightclub here on North Racine, along with Micheal Balog, who is the club's director. He was, of course, in the club the night of the robbery, and, of course, had a gun put in his mouth. And, Michael, to think that someone from the inside actually helped pull this thing off, are you disappointed that your employees, whom you say you treat fairly well, would do something like this?
I'm very disappointed. Apparently it was out of desperation. We treat all of our employees well. He just masterminded it, and I guess that for some of the promotions that we do here, because we have made it into the big time.
There was a lot of money, $35,000.
$35,000, and you know, I guess just the temptation was too great, and they must have watched too much TV, and thought that they knew the place so well that they could get away with it. But as you see, it's been 3 days, and we've got the case cracked, and we're getting back to normal, and we're putting this behind us, and I have a new security force, and something like this will never happen again.
Okay. And, of course, tonight there is a show that is going to open here at the Riviera, so things are behind them. Live at the Riviera, John Davis, back to you in the studio.
Illinois.
WBBM Television, sharing the spirit of Chicago.
From Chicago's news team, this is the Channel 2 News at 6 with Bill Curtis and Lester Holt.
Police say last weekend's robbery of the Riviera Nightclub in Uptown was an inside job. They've arrested a janitor who worked at the club, charging him and another man with the theft of $35,000 in cash and valuables. John Davis reports that police are looking for a 3rd suspect.
Police recovered more than $13,000 in cash, along with numerous watches and gold chains, items which detectives say were taken during the Riviera Nightclub robbery. Police have arrested 2 suspects, identified as 31-year-old Alfredo Hernandez and 24-year-old Orlando Martinez. Martinez, a janitor at the Riviera, is believed to have been the inside man who made sure that the rear door of the club was left open so that the robbers wearing these Japanese ninja warrior outfits could easily enter.
We focused on Mr. Martinez almost from the beginning. But and I think he was well aware of that because he attempted on several aspects to try to sidetrack us.
By wrongly accusing this man, former club employee Juan Fernandez. Police now say Fernandez had nothing to do with the robbery. Club director Micheal Balog, who had a gun put to his head by one of the robbers, says he's disappointed but not surprised that it was an inside job.
All the customers were out. It was after hours. It was when we were, counting the money, and they had the timing down fact. And I think I had very good protection. And no matter, since it was an inside job, no matter who was here, it still would have happened.
Realistically, police don't expect to find much more cash. That's because the suspects themselves wasted little time in spending it. Police say the suspects may have bought as many as 4 automobiles, including this 1974 Blazer. And the sales receipt on this 83 model car shows it was purchased for $1,900 by robbery suspect Alfredo Hernandez. Police also believe Hernandez shelled out another $4,300 as a down payment for this home at 1523 West Ohio. It was here that detectives arrested Hernandez after he was spotted dropping money and jewelry down the chimney.
They went up there, as evident by the debris on their clothing. They looked through this chimney, and they found the money.
Police tonight are still searching for a third suspect, identified as 30-year-old Wale Rivera of the 4800 block of West Armitage. And for the first time since the robbery, the Riviera Nightclub tonight will be open for business again. This time it will be hosting a party for a Chicago dance company. But when the doors open tonight, there will be 2 new security firms on duty. John Davis, Channel 2 News, outside the Riviera Nightclub.
2 women were raped during the assault on the Riviera Club. Detectives say they are not sure which of the suspects committed those attacks.
WBBM Television, sharing the spirit of Chicago.
From Chicago's news team, this is Channel 2, the 10 o'clock news.
2 suspects are in custody, and a third is being sought tonight in the weekend robbery at the Riviera, a trendy uptown nightclub. Gunmen wearing ninja warrior costumes and masks raped 2 women and made off with $35,000 early Sunday. Police today recovered $13,000 in cash and items taken from the terrorized patrons. On a tip, police found the loot in a house on the near west side. One of the suspects in custody is 24-year-old Orlando Martinez, a janitor at the club. And police say he is the inside man in the heist. Tonight, the Riviera Club reopened, and our Susan Wallace was there.
From the outside, it looked just like another night at the Riviera. Look closer, though. There are armed guards that weren't there before Saturday night's raid and attack. Club manager Micheal Balog, who was literally under the gun during the robbery, is trying to put the crime behind him and his business.
This was an isolated event. It was after hours, not while we were open. And all the doors were checked, and somebody had popped the doors open and let these guys in. So it was, it was somebody who knew the whole operation. Now I'll just have to be more discreet, with some of my staff.
This was a pre-scheduled private party tonight, a benefit for the Chicago Dance Ensemble. And some of the guests felt a little uncomfortable being here, while others didn't think twice.
I have some uneasy feelings, I suppose, but I understand the security's pretty beefed up around here, so I'm feeling pretty safe.
It was an after-hours robbery, which occurs across the United States in all kinds of places. I mean, there's no reason for me to be uncomfortable during what I would consider open hours.
The true test for customer confidence will be this weekend, when regular Rivierans will again have a chance to fill the club's dance floor. But managers of the Riviera know they have a huge job ahead of them, and that is to convince the general public that something like this will never happen again, and that this club is indeed a safe place to party. Susan Wallace, Channel 2 News.
Since the weekend heist, the Riviera has completely replaced its security staff. The club director saying he didn't want to take any chances.
WBBM Television, sharing the spirit of Chicago.
From Chicago's news team, this is Channel 2's First Edition. with Walter Jacobson and Linda McLennan.
The third suspect wanted in the robbery of the Riviera Nightclub surrendered to police today and has been identified as 30-year-old Wally Rivera, a karate expert from the West Side. The two other suspects today were ordered held in bail exceeding $200,000 each. They had been arrested yesterday. The Riviera, a trendy uptown dance club, was robbed of $35,000 over the past weekend by costumed gunmen who also raped two women.